right, buddy, what'd you get?
Nice redfish. Better not be stingy.
All right, let him go. Good job. Okay, regular viewers, we are back for part two. Part two of Trash to Treasure, broken tissue box container into usable lures. In our last exciting episode, you'll probably recall that I made these beautiful wall hangers, and I almost put this one right through my finger, live and on television, and now it's stuck. Okay, I'm sure we'll edit that out so it looks more professional, right? I do have the regular editor here with me. Say hello.
Hi.
So, what did you think of the wall hangers?
I thought they were great. They're
Great.
beautiful.
But unfortunately, form did not follow function, which is an engineering no-no. So we got the look and we got the sound, but we did not get the motion, so we can't make them work. But fear not. I was able to whip up this baby right here. Aren't you impressed? Do you like it?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
It's a lure.
No, it's a yes, correct.
Yeah.
It is a lure, yeah. So through the use of UV resin, my favorite sister-in-law's nail thingamahoosit, one of the covering it with aluminum foil, well, putting aluminum foil under it and next to it, which a regular viewer also suggested, and I made a joke, and we'll ask the regular editor what she thought. I said to the guy who told me, wrap this with aluminum foil so that it reflects, I was like, yeah, I thought of that right after I did the video, and it worked really well. I guess great minds think alike, but they just don't talk about it. And what did you say?
I don't get it.
And it's not funny, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
All
get
right.
it, but it's not funny.
But it's not funny. Great. Okay,
Right.
cool. Good.
I still love you.
Thank you so much. People, she has to put up with this all the time. Okay, you guys just have to suffer through this once a week. She has to put up with it all the time. How long you been putting up with it for? Ooh, on the spot questions with the regular editor.
Depends on how long you're asking.
Yeah? How long
Like,
have we
since
been
I've known you,
How long
or
have we been
since
married, lady?
15 and a half years.
Okay, good.
There
All
you
right, just
go.
checking. But anyway, so this week we're going to get into how we made these non-working lures a working lure. I made it clear so that you can see through it. And part of the secret was this here air chamber right here. And I'm going to show you how I made that. You can see how we've got our hook hangers mounted in there and all that business. Actually being clear was advantageous to what we're doing right here. And this was a lead counterweight that I punched out of a flattened piece of lead. And it still's got that, still has the rattle that we were looking for. And it swims. And we can show you some of that swimming motion right now. It's alive. It swims like it's supposed to, finally. That was the trick. Terrible camera work, but it swims. Lipless crankbait style. What'd you think? Did you like it? I hope you did. So anyway, let's get busy here and I'll show you how we put this little beauty together. Thank you so much for tuning back in. All right, so let's go through this new process step by step. Step 1, get this out of here. Step 2, let's get a usable piece of polyurethane. Lexan polycarbonate. Jeez Louise, okay. So I'm using washable marker this time. That was an important pro tip. Okay. Now we're going to change out drill bits to a little bit smaller one here. Okay, so we've got our rattle chambers. They may not line up exactly, but that'll be okay. It's a rattle chamber plus air chamber here. I am going to use a permanent marker for this step. What I want to do on these ones here, we're going to make marks like so. And this one is, where do we want this guy? This one is the most difficult right here. Looks like I put this one a little too close to this bottom edge. I don't know if there's going to be enough room for it, but we will figure out to get a belly hook in here. Might have to give this guy a little extra swoopy doop belly, but because that's a little too close. Oh, there we go. What am I doing? I'll go right here with that guy. Okay. There we go. I'll be a little forward of where it normally goes, but that's okay. But you'll see what those are for in a second. All right, so now I'm going to cut all these out right on the edge of my toolbox here. The trick with this that I found is you got to keep it as close to the edge as possible and kind of feed it into the blade so that this stuff doesn't vibrate too much and therefore start cracking away on you. All right, that was a lot of mess. All right. I had one little issue here. I cracked this little bit, but I can fix that. That's no problem. What we've got here is now we've got a location. If you can imagine, this is the same as our screw eyes. We have a location for these to fit inside the bait without having to drill holes into it afterwards, because I had a lot of trouble with those things walking on me. So as you can see, that now fits in there. And our friend UV Resin helps us repair all those mistakes. And again, this one is jagged. I can take care of that real quick. It's not a big deal. I found that these don't line up exactly when you go to put them together. So I'm going to take this over real quick over to the bench grinder and just clean those edges off. And then we can start assembling this lure right here. This is the little piece that broke off of it right here. And we can actually get that put back in it with just a little bit of UV resin and some patience. So I'm going to clean this piece off on the bench grinder. If my regular assistant would like to help me film that, that'd be really nice of him. This bench grinder seems to work really well on this polycarbonate as opposed to the sander. As you can see, this little puzzle piece fits right in there. Hopefully, sort of, kind of. It just did a second ago. Of course, it fit in there, not on camera. All right, but we can UV resin that back in place, and it'll be like it never happened. Almost like it still happened, but maybe almost like it didn't. All right, so that's reasonably back together. Yes, all this back is going to have to get cleaned up on here, but it's time to mount it permanently to the other part of the middle chamber. A few dabs will do you. This is just to hold it together. What's nice about this UV resin, unlike regular epoxy, is I got plenty of time to get the alignment right. So that's kind of nice. Especially seeing as this tail section walked on me and is not perfectly straight at all. And I just pulled that right out of there. Unbelievable. Okay. We're going to glue this together and then glue that piece on it. I don't know why I'm trying to do it the other way. Disregard all that last footage. All right, so this is glued together. Today I'm using mostly God's UV light outside. It's a bright sunny day, and turns out there's a lot of UV out there because it's super quick when you take that thing outside and put it in the sunlight. I think it's sunny mostly because there's no clouds out. All right, we'll go back out. Be right back. All right, so we're picking it up live here, guys. I have forgot to record the beginning of this, and I made my little screw eyes, started to glue them in place with the UV resin and my UV light, and it actually worked out well that they didn't line up, but because it kind of created a little shelf for them to sit on here. This one's still a little too long. Nip that dog off, and we'll put this one in. Yep, I said it. It's okay. I don't think the dog's offended.
She's not today.
She's too hot to be offended. She's a hot dog.
Hot dog.
So let's set it real quick with this UV light. And then we'll take it out again to God's UV light because it works so much faster. But I was thinking about it, and to improve my technique further, I bet you the next one what I should do is when I cut out the blanks, I will glue those together and then start working on those to cut out those holes and everything when it's twice as thick right there, because it'll be twice as strong. Again, that's one of those the more you know situations. And trust me on this one, you will get tired of this way before I do. I think this thing's hilarious. But again, I'm cheap entertainment. Thank you for the fake after the fact laughter there, youngest regular assistant.
It is funny.
Sure. So let's get to building our layers. Again, I have swiped this 32 pack of foam sheets from my kids' art supplies. And yeah, you get paid the same either way. Don't worry about it. And we're going to use a sheet of this stuff right here. Because again, foam is buoyant. It floats. And we're going to cut out 2 of these guys right here. There's a lot of lure making applications that this foam board is good for. And it's cheap. It's quick, dirty, and cheap, which is, as you know,
Dirty and cheap.
my 3 favorite things when it comes to lure making. No, not true. Not everybody's favorite things. All right. So there we go. So that's going to fit on the outside of there. But we also need to make the rattle for this as well. And forgive me if I forget a step or two and have to kind of go back, maybe repeat myself a little bit. It's a little toasty out here today. 95 degrees in the regular shop. Woo! That feels nice, huh? 95.
No.
All right. So this is our gasket punch set right here. And we're going to go with the 5/8 hole. That should hold it right in there. Well, 3/4, which is 75 cents. Yeah, we're going to use that one right here. This is a piece of lead that I've pounded out on my vise over there. I found this hanging in a tree at a boat ramp, so thank you to whoever donated that to the cause. And I'll be back with my little coin. Okay, so that set makes short work of it here. Punch that right out. And if you can imagine, use your imagination station with me. And that should be a nice loud rattle in there, plus nice forward weight. So hopefully that is weighted properly and with enough weight. Time will tell. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we're going to glue on, or we're going to work on the layers of colors and such. So our first pattern is going to mirror the first pattern we made because I like that color pattern a lot. And I really wanted it to work, but as you saw, it did not. Okay, we've already run into the classic problem is that we did not make a left and a right. Oh, did I? Hold on. Stand by. Nope. See, I made 2 of the same side. Rats. We've got to fix that here, so that was a waste. Okay, now I'm going to bring this outside and really set it out there in the sun. So we are glued together, got our rattle. Now we got to make it look a little nicer. Continue to add our layers and our colors here. We're going to do that in the UV resin though. Hey, can you stop pushing the regular bench on me here, kiddo?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I guess the regular bench needs some regular brakes on it.
Uh-huh.
So give me a break, bench.
Give me a break. Get it? Oh, this looks like a penny. Oh, I caught it that time. Well, that was the first time I did it.
Stand by while I figure out how to detape this right. After a undisclosed amount of time. Voila! We finally think we got it.
Oh, sorry about that again.
Yeah, it's really hard to put a sticker on a moving target there, you know, there, kiddo?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Like you do this, and it moves. Boom.
Yes.
And you do this, boom, it moves.
Exactly.
Just like in the cartoons.
Just like in the cartoons? Do they put a lot of stickers on moving objects in cartoons? Okay, I think this will work for us. All right, these my more astute regular viewers will notice that these don't quite line up all the way with this. They're much smaller, but that's okay. We are going to glue it to it.
Glue it to it.
This time.
UV residue.
UV residue. All right, so we're going to put a lead backer on there. I cut out these little tiny wafer thin pieces of lead.
This one is fat.
That's fatter, yes. Okay, don't look. And this one is wafer thin. Actually, let me go put it in the UV chamber to see if it'll stick a little better like that. Okay, we're back from our adventure in the UV chamber, and our wafer thin pieces are glued on to our foam board so that this will still make some noise. I guess I should do it by the mic. Hopefully that picked it up. The reason I did that is I wanted this to hit a piece of metal, but I also didn't want to glue this in to this piece accidentally. Now we can kind of line this up with our UV resin again. And hopefully seal it without getting it in to the chamber and making our piece of lead not rattle any longer. So we got lead chamber, air chamber. There's our brush to kind of seal around the edges. Like a sort of Thompson's water seal. That's not going to work because it's already coming up. Clampage. We need some clampage. Pseudo clampage. All right, UV chamber. Okay, we're again back from the UV chamber. Our rattle is still rattly, so that's still a win. So now let's add the next layer, like so. Don't get ahead of yourself. Let's make sure we've got everything we want to put on there. Yeah, because then we're going to put the chartreuse on the outside with the dot and the eyeball. Okay. Count it. Did I really just try to cover the brush? Yes, I did. You saw that. Okay, that's the edge we'll line up. The rest of this is going to come off in the grinding portion of the video. Back to the UV chamber. Okay, back. Side deux. Over here, again, the alignment, the lip in the back here. The rest of it we will square away later. Is that the piece I wanted to use, or is that the piece I wanted to use? That was not the piece I wanted to use. That was an extra piece. Okay. Put the light on for the viewers, regular guy. Now you're talking to yourself. That's perfectly normal. It's kind of like what you do here. Smattering. Smattering. All right. Let's UV this dog. All right, so we got it secured on there very well. And now I'm going to shape it down a little bit over on our grinder. And then we're going to kind of fill in these little voids here with some UV resin. And then apply the final stickers. And hopefully we'll be well on our way to a functioning lure. Maybe this time we'll do it. So only time will tell. Okay, so now we come to the sanding portion of the video. We're going to start out here on the bench grinder. One of my favorite bosses once told me, hey fellas, on this one we're going to have to make lobster out of tuna fish. Well, I think it's even worse this time. I think we're trying to make lobster out of cat food. So let's get busy here and see what we can make of this. Okay, back to business. Could you dispose of these little bits for me?
Okay, Mr.
This little bit too.
Open up.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Red. Is anybody home? Thank you.
I think that looks a little bit better. Let's get out our new eyes.
Ooh, I might use one eye. one of the eyes. You know, I might as well find. It's the size that matters, not the color.
Okay.
That's the regular grandfather always says. It's not the color that matters, it's the shape and size it is that matters. Oh, you're putting a red dot on it like a little shad.
What color is this?
That's chartreuse.
No, that color.
Oh, black.
You said red. That's weird.
No, I said
Okay, so that is how that one's going to be colored. All right.
like a shad. I said a dot like a shad.
And I think we might just leave this one silver here.
What you call them?
Oh, that eye's in the wrong place. Goofy looking.
Oh no. He's crossing his eyes. It's like he's crossing his eyes.
Oh, man.
Nuts.
No, eyes. That's where we want it.
That's where we want it. It's almost over, you know that?
It's almost over?
It's almost over because we haven't finished my lure yet.
Okay, so this one's going to get...
Oh, that looks nice.
It's a little lateral line action there.
Oh, like in cavefish have lateral lines, right?
Yep, okay. Go throw that out, please.
They have lateral lines.
All fish have lateral lines.
Well, cavefish use their lateral line for one reason, to avoid being catched. It's one of those...
Oops.
One of those...
What are you doing?
I think it's one of those... The more you know situations here. I think this thing looks cool, cute, and rainbow. It's like one of those the more you know situations.
Hey, sweetie, we got to finish this project, okay?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, regular viewers, we're back. We have reached the final part of the video here. You made it through yet another one. So, we had a lot better results this week. We did do a swim test here, but yeah, we couldn't get to our nice, the nice pool there to show you guys. So we had to try to do it here lakeside, and I don't know. Please bear with us for it and enjoy the swim test. All right, let's swim test this guy here. See how it goes. He's actually doing it. Success. He's got a great wobble. All right, number 2. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
All right, so I know that you really couldn't see it as well, but yes, this guy swam perfectly, and this guy swam all right. Little bit wobbly here. I think I just need to tune it on top, but we have 2 working baits, and that's all that matters there. We were pretty excited about that. It was nice to know that we could make these things work here, and I think we'll be getting better soon. And what I'm working on here is just a little experiment, just to see. This is going to be kind of a shrimpy looking rattle trap we're trying to make here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put a clear coat on this guy here. I cut out these shrimp shapes. This UV resin though really accelerates the process, I gotta say.
So that's what these were about.
Yep, it's like a curled up swimming away shrimp here.
This guy's a straight staying still shrimp, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're not done yet with the making the lure out of this polycarbonate stuff here. We're done for this video for sure, and I'm just whipping this one up while I'm talking to you guys here. But we're going to continue to work on this project and see if we can't get some other results. So I'm going to go throw this one in the UV chamber. Okay, so we're back from the UV resin chamber. This is like the easy bake oven of lure making. Holy smokes. So I just whipped this up. Literally, you saw me do that there. I coated both sides with UV resin, stuck on my little shrimpy shrimp patterns. I hope that's coming across. What that is this is his little eyeball, his little shrimpy feet. That's his little segmented body and his little shrimpy tail. It's not super detailed, you know, because it's like moving fast. I don't know what I was thinking about. Thing, eyeball, little leggies, and I put some little bit of color change stuff in it, mica powder. And with that UV chamber came some UV fingernail polish, and one of them was this here sparkly color, so I threw that on the back because it's kind of pink as well. Kind of goes with the whole theme. Tied up a quick treble hook with its little shrimpy whiskers on it from my my used jig skirt container. If you don't have one of those, you should, so you can do quick stuff like this. And zap-a-dap-a-doo, we got ourselves another lipless crankbait right there. So we got 3 working ones. Again, these were last week's. Great wall hangers. They look nice. I need to make a functioning one that looks like this for our trip up to New England. And because yellow perch is always on the menu up there. These guys are going to certainly get some use around here in these bayous. And I'm excited to see some fish get caught on them. And of course, we'll always share that with you here on Regular Guy Lures. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget, leave your comments in the comment section down there. If you'd like to send us an email, right here to this here magical email address. And we'll reply to those sooner rather than later. But other than that, you stay regular.
Happy Independence Day!